looks at you and wish you got time today, huh?
Yeah. I got time today. I'm managing time today. Productivity today. I ain't gonna play. Get your human design. Get your life in line. Hey. That's about it. That's the line. Hey. I got time today. I ain't trying to play. What? Gilio at your service, coming through the door.
Yeah.
I ain't playing no games. Come and get your energy flow.
Hey,
yo.
Hey.
What it do, yo?
Hey.
At the Tribe House, drop it like it's hot. Hey. Oh. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey. Let's go. Hey, okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another live mind mapping session with your girl Perp 30, the energy healer. I'm so happy to be here today to talk about productivity and time management. Who needs some boost in their productivity? Who needs to really improve their time management? And what better way to do it than using the tools of mind mapping and human design? I bet y'all didn't know that you could use mind mapping and human design to boost your productivity and your time management. But I'm going to share today on how you can do it. So again, I'm Perp 30, the energy healer, the holistic wellness consultant at Gilio Consulting, where our mission is to provide services to conscious creatives that promote alignment, enhance success, and accelerate personal and professional transformation. Because in the purple world, success is synonymous with well-being. So everything that we do get you in alignment with your whole self, okay, with your true purpose. And I'm really excited because I'm heavy on the productivity. I'm heavy on the time management, and I want to share the tools that I use to do that. So let's get started here. Let me try again on how to share these things. Boom, bam. All right, boosting productivity and time management using mind mapping and human design. This is one of the key things, the key benefits of getting one of the consulting services packages that I offer, because in the creative life strategy package, it helps you achieve work-life balance. It helps give you clarity and focus and enhance your productivity in itself. And it's also one-on-one coaching. So you want to make sure that you not only know that you can use your human design, but really know how to. So I will assist in that using my knowledge of self reports, time optimization, scheduling, and strategic goal setting. And you also get 1 month of follow-up support. This is also, that's good for individuals, but for a group, I have the collaborative growth strategy package, where a team or a business or some type of organization could really enhance the synergy within the group. It also comes with personalized coaching and mentorship and the strategic planning and implementation. So that also includes a knowledge of self report. We're going to go a little bit more into what a knowledge of self report is today, because that's the framework that I use to boost the productivity of an individual and a group. So those are the services. If you're interested in getting those, you can book a free 15-minute consultation with me at calendly.com/theperp30. And we can talk about it, see which one aligns with you better and what you need. And get with me. That's that. All right. So today we're going to we're going to get an understanding of what mind mapping is. I'm going to give a brief overview of that. Introduction to human design for those of us who may not be familiar. And I'm also going to show how to integrate mind mapping with your human design and implement some sustaining practices, some really practical things that you can do to integrate your mind mapping and human design for productivity. And then we're going to do a little Q&A. So first, what is mind mapping? Okay. So wait a minute. Hold up. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. What is mind mapping? So mind mapping is a visual representation tool that you can use to organize information in a hierarchical type of format. Okay. It involves creating a diagram, which I would do for you, or I could show you how to do, that starts with a central idea and it branches out into related subtopics, each connected by lines or branches. So it's like a graph. Okay. And this method really leverages the brain's natural way of thinking, because our brain naturally has this centralized idea and then it like strings out other subcategories to it. So visually putting that representation on paper or computer really helps activate our brain's natural way of processing information and really making it easier to understand, remember, and generate ideas. So the benefits of doing the mind mapping, it helps you visually organize, it helps you generate ideas easier, and it helps boost your memory. And then we can go over what is human design, because I'm sure I speak a lot about it and it sounds really self-explanatory. It's the design of the human, but people may not know that it is a very unique system that combines different elements from ancient traditions and modern sciences, and it's really a comprehensive format to understand human nature and behavior. So this system of human design integrates astrology, it integrates I Ching. It has the chakra system involved in it and the Kabbalah. So in astrology, it utilizes the planets position at the time of your birth. So when I do the knowledge of self report, I'll ask for your time of birth, your date of birth, and your location, and that would give a positioning of the planet. So if you can see, let me see, can you see? Dang, I don't know how you can see this. So I want to show. I don't want to zoom in, but I can't. Okay. Well, it'll give the representation of the planets at your time. So it tells you your sun sign, your moon sign, all of those things. But it also incorporates I Ching, which is the 64 hexagrams, and these are linked to your human genetic codes. So it takes it a little step further than just your astrology. And then it also includes the chakra system, and that's expanded from the traditional 7, and it actually has 9 centers and reflects the contemporary human evolution. So from our root chakra on up to our evolved connection with the source energy in our crown chakra, our ajna, our heart center, all of these centers within our vessel are incorporated in this human design system. And then it also includes a Kabbalah, which maps the tree of life onto your body. So in the graph, the body graph is what they call it, you will see the Kabbalah's tree of life is how each of these centers are connected to one another and how energy flows throughout your body. So this is a very powerful system, extremely powerful. Human design alone is extremely intricate, because I know each one of these systems themselves or traditions or practices are intricate. So combining them all together is powerful. And it could be a little overwhelming to someone who's not an expert or an astrologer or even know about chakras or any of those things. So in the knowledge of self reports, I not only utilize the human design system, but I also incorporate holistic wellness into it and the mind mapping to give you practical ways in which you can use this information, how you can really tap into your natural and unique human nature and your behaviors and how to integrate them into your everyday life. Okay. Because the most important parts, or the basic parts of human design, is your type, your strategy, and your authority. So Your type defines your primary energy dynamics and interaction style. So, how you really interact with each other. And there are 5 different types. So, we have generators, manifestors, manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors. Each of these are a specific type that you may be. And each of these 5 types have a specific strategy that goes along with them. So, this is your interaction style, your type, and then your strategy is for making decisions and interaction with the world. So following your strategy really helps you navigate more smoothly and effectively for how your natural energetic flow is. And then the third thing that's very important to know about your human design is your authority. So your authority is your inner decision making process. Okay. So knowing your authority allows you to make decisions that are specifically aligned to your true self. And that leads to better outcomes and more satisfaction in your life. So when you know this stuff, it's like this is not really with my design. And most of our life is being with us being conditioned to someone else's way of doing things, somebody else's type, somebody else's way of making decisions that was made more efficiently for them specifically. But when you know your own design, you can make decisions specifically for you that are aligned with you and with your energetic flow. So in the knowledge of self report, I break down your type, give you your strategy and your authority, and then go even further and give you practical ways in which you can use your human design in your daily habits. So I like to have that under a section. It's called the living in alignment section under your human design. So after I break down your type, I break down your strategy, break down your authority, your profile. It goes into your profile as well. Then you come to this living in alignment portion of your knowledge of self report, because the report ended up being at least like it, if you include the breakdown of each of the gates, it could be over 20 pages, but off top it's at least 5 pages with your type, your strategy, your authority, and then this living in alignment, and then how you are in relationships. But that's another topic. The living in alignment section is really just telling you how you can integrate your specific type and your strategy and your authority into your habits every day. So I'm gonna give y'all examples, a few examples of the different types and a few practical ways in which you could integrate them if you know your type. And if you don't, you make sure you hit me up, or you can find out for free on some type of human design. I don't really have a specific one. There's many of them out there. They will tell you your type, but they won't give you no practical ways in which you can implement them every day. So if you want practical ways in which you can implement once you find out your type or your authority and all of those things, then you can get a knowledge of self report specifically through me. So I'm gonna go over a few. Well, I'm gonna go over the types, a few characteristics of the types, and some practical ways in which you can be more productive and specifically for your type. So for generators, calling all generators. Okay. So the key characteristics for a generator is that you all have consistent energy and the capability to sustain work. Okay. So you can work a lot, but you need to make sure that you respond to stimuli rather than initiate things. So if there's stuff that you are interested in doing, make sure that you are waiting for those opportunities to respond, instead of trying to start everything on your own, because that could be a very powerful hindrance for your productivity if you are consistently trying to start stuff instead of like responding to things and then completing the process. Make sure that you're following your gut. Use your sacred response, which is your strategy to decide which task to pursue. Make sure that you are feeling how it feels to you. Is it a or and go after respond to that feeling within yourself when things come about. So that can really help you manage your time as well when you are saying yes to things that you really it wasn't no good feeling when you heard it. Now you doing shit that you ain't really wanted to be doing, and it's throwing your whole day off and your whole schedule. So that really helps with your time management, is really following your gut. And these things may seem simple and like, how does following my gut help my productivity? But it's a practice, because when you really start feeling and feeling, when you say no, when your gut feeling says no, and you do something and you see how your time is off track and how less productive you are, you're going to start practicing it, and you're going to see the benefits of it immediately. So another thing for the generators is make sure that you are using sustainable workflows. So creating a daily routine that leverages your consistent energy levels and break tasks into manageable chunks. So in the creative life strategy package that I do, I first give you the knowledge of self report, where it breaks you down and you start to see the practices that you can do. But then we also create a weekly schedule that is made specifically and uniquely for your energy type, authority, and strategy. So we would be able to create a daily routine from your rising rituals, what that looks like, to your revenue generating activities, or your leisure activities, and your bedtime, or anything in between, chores, all of those things. We create a routine that really leverages your consistent energy levels throughout the day, and also breaks it down into manageable chunks, so you're not doing too much at one time or not enough at another time. It's just like really a consistent energy flow. Okay. And a really big thing is make sure that you're prioritizing enjoyment. Okay. So only engage in work that excites you, because if you don't, you're going to be burnt out. And that is the killer of productivity. You're not going to get nothing done if you're burnt out. You're not going to get anything done if you're not really enjoying it. So make sure that you're prioritizing your enjoyment. How does it feel when you say, I'm about to do this? When somebody asks you to go to the park, how does it feel? Does that feel good? When somebody asks you to write an essay for them, or whatever the case may be, how does it feel? Because if you are going to enjoy doing it, it's going to be more productive for you. So that's the generators. Now, calling all manifesting generators. Manifesting generators is a hybrid of manifestors and generators with the ability to multitask. Okay, so manifestors really multitask, but combining that with the energy of the generator, they can multitask many things. Okay, so use your natural ability to handle multiple projects simultaneously, but stay organized. This is a key, because if you are a manifesting generator, you are able to do multiple projects simultaneously if they're organized. Somebody else, a reflector, probably shouldn't be doing multiple things. So knowing your type, your strategy, and your authority is very imperative, because we could be going opposite of that, and that kills our productivity, and we want to make sure that we're boosting it. So knowing and honoring the fact that manifesting generators are able to sustain multiple projects simultaneously is a good thing to do, so they can they would come and get a weekly schedule, or whatever the case may be, and organize what all of these different projects are, and they own it. They can be boosted in their productivity immediately. So also making sure that you quickly course correct. So when you're doing multiple things, you want to make sure that you're being flexible and willing to shift directions quickly if something isn't working. So don't be stuck in a specific idea. Give yourself that grace and that understanding, and that release the guilt of changing directions in the middle of doing something if it's not working. Okay. So because sometimes we get stuck, like I said, I'm going to do this, but all of these other things is coming up. Honor that in that moment, and know that it's probably more productive for you to do a shift or pivot in that moment than stay on the course just because you said that you was going to do it. So make sure that you're being flexible. and make sure that you are creating a schedule for yourself that is able to be flexible. Don't get bogged down into maybe a job or somebody else's ideas or commitments where you're not able to be flexible, because then you're going to be going against your natural flow, your natural energy, your natural design. So honor that. Another tip for manifesting generators is to really make sure, because you are similar to the generators, you also want to make sure that you're listening to that gut feeling to guide your actions. That's very important as well. And find and implement shortcuts to streamline processes and save time. That's a big one, because you are doing multiple things all at the same time, like mind mapping, putting that on a map and seeing what to do in an organized process, a streamlined process. When this happened, then this, when this, then that. That's a whole session in itself. That is a productive tool that you could use in any project. And even if it's just what you're doing on a daily basis, example is you could be living with somebody else, and it may not completely line up with your schedule, but putting it on there and making sure that you know that that's a thing that you need to be mindful of what time you wake up and what time this other person wakes up and what you have to do throughout the day and what they have to do, and making sure that it's a streamlined process. You know what I'm saying? That so you're not getting crossing paths with other people and all of those things. So that can save time. All right. So that's for the manifesting generators. Now for projectors, which is me, um, we have to wait for invitations. That's a really big thing for us. Okay. Our energy is, we don't produce a lot of energy. So we got to make sure that um we are giving it out officially, because we have very powerful energy, but it's not a lot of it. So focus on honing in on the skills that we have instead of trying to do too many things, and making sure that we're waiting for the right invitations that recognize your talent. So that's a big one for being productive, because we can do a lot in a little time if we are honing in on our skills and waiting for the right invitations. Otherwise, we could be overworking ourselves. We could be getting burnt out. We could be overstepping where people haven't even asked for that energy, and that just kind of like not not allows us to be recognized for the talent, because that helps us stimulate our energy more, as being recognized for the talent. So really waiting for those invitations could help produce more productivity. You could see the benefits of the things that you're doing, and also help you manage your time. And a big thing for managing time is really prioritizing rest. Like prioritizing rest, prioritizing honing in on your skills. We don't have to be doing stuff all the time. We like productivity is different for projectors than it would be versus a manifesting generator. Those two things in itself is very, that's a really big key right there. Productivity is subjective. Okay, so this whole mind map session today is to really get your mind wrapped around how subjective productivity is. So you really need to know yourself, have the knowledge of self to know what is productivity for me, and how can I actually record how productive I am by doing what? By seeing what it is that I've actually produced, and how can I manage those things could be very subjective as well. Because like I said, a projector versus a managing, we gonna do things totally different than each other. We gonna have total different focuses. We're going to be completely different, making decisions differently. So it may look like the projector is not as productive on a certain, if you're just looking at it from the manifesting generator standpoint, where they're able to multitask many things, where a projector, I need to sit down and I need to rest, and I could be doing a million things in my mind, but my body need to lay down. So that's very important to know. especially for projectors, because we are the most conditioned. I feel like we the most conditioned because our world that we live in, especially if you living in America, is always this one idea of what productivity is: work, 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 do, go, 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 produce, 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 and consume, consume, consume. And it's like we don't really operate like that naturally. That's not the most efficient way to hone our energy. So really knowing that is important. Um, all right. So also for projectors, make sure that you're using your time to guide and support others. Okay. That is productive for us. Giving our guidance out and giving our knowledge and sharing it. That's why I make time to do these lives, because I know that this is productive for me. If I don't do this, I'm holding in all of this energy, holding in all of this knowledge, holding in all of this information, and I'm not producing anything from it. So I really got to be willing to use my time to guide and support others. That's why I have these sessions, and that's why I have these products that really highlight my guidance and my willingness to support other people. And I really suggest that all projectors find their way in that way. And of course, it's going to look different for everybody else, because my unique design is mine and yours is yours. But that's a generalization for the projector energy type. So then we have the fourth type, which is manifestors. And the manifestors, there are initiators and trailblazers with bursts of energy. Okay. So they really they really need for independence and freedom, because they have these bursts of energy, and they're also initiators. Like they're going to start some things and really structure the initiation of stuff. So make sure that you're planning for those bursts. Okay. Being productive means that sometimes you may have high energy. You want to make sure that your schedule and your time is managed in a way in which you can honor those bursts of energy. So structure your work around your natural energy cycles, making sure that you're journaling and documenting your energy flow is very important, so that you can structure around that. Once you see, okay, this after I eat or before I eat, my energy level is low, so I really don't probably need to do a lot of work during, and that wouldn't be the optimum time for me to get any work done. So I'm going to put it on the schedule for at least 2 hours after I eat and 2 hours before I eat, because that's when my energy level gets low. So just doing things like that. And that's something that I would discuss with you within a session to go more in depth on what that looks like for you in particular. To work intensely during high energy periods and rest when needed, and really deciphering when that is based off of your everyday things that you're doing is important. So also make sure that you're delegating. Focus on initiating projects and then delegate routine tasks to others, because it wouldn't be productive for a manifestor to be doing something that's like over and repetitive. They would get burnt out. They would get bored. They probably wouldn't do it. It wouldn't be efficient for their energy. So making sure that the manifestor is the one that has these bright ideas, implements, initiates them, and then delegates the routine tasks to someone else would be the most productive way of utilizing their energy and managing time within any type of project. And also, this is a big one for manifestors. Make sure that you are informing others, okay? Keep your team and those affected by your actions informed to avoid resistance and really create a smoother workflow for everyone. Okay. Because you are initiating, you may have this idea and you really need to be independent and free and all of this stuff. You want to honor that, but you also want to honor that what you do does affect other people. So making sure that you're putting that in your productive making sure you're prioritizing and that informing someone else is a part of your workflow. Okay. That got to be implemented for real. So also setting clear boundaries. Because of your need for independence and freedom, you really also have to set clear boundaries to protect your time and your energy so that you are really able to have undisturbed creative periods. Because if you're dealing with someone who doesn't have the same burst of energy at the moment that you have, it could be counterproductive to be in this in that space with them, or them not know that that's what you going through, or and things like that. So really setting clear boundaries and communication is a big one for manifestors to be more productive and manage their time more efficiently, especially when you're working in groups. And then lastly, reflectors. So the reflector's energy is reflective and sensitive to their environment. So they really go off of the moon cycle, the lunar cycle, to make their decisions. So understanding that utilizing the 28-day lunar cycle makes to make significant difference, decisions, to make significant decisions is your key to being productive. Okay, where's the moon at? Give yourself time to reflect on it and consider what will be in alignment for you in that time during, based off of what the current cycles is. So reflectors is really important for you to get in tune with the moon, with the astrology that's going on. Our in-house reflector is in charge of the cosmic report. So that's his way of being productive, is by keeping up with the cosmic shifts, but also to inform others of it as well. So if you are a reflector, make sure you tapped in with the cosmic reports from the source god, and really hone in on the shifts that happen in your reflection of how they affect you, okay, and your decision making. Also, daily routine adjustments, because your decisions and your moves and all of those things align with the moon, and the moon shifts every 2 days. You really want to make sure that you adjust your daily routines based on how you feel each day. That's the most productive thing for you to do. It wouldn't be productive for you to, what would be a sleepy moon?
A sleepy moon,
Yeah.
Pisces.
Like when the moon's in Pisces, that wouldn't be the optimum time for you to plan to check off your list. You might want to wait till the moon is in Virgo to get to checking things off of your list. You know what I'm saying? So really making sure that you adjust your daily routines based off of how you feel, and being aware of the cycles that's happening is a good way to even create your schedule. So we do that with the yearly planners. We document them with the mindful eating journal, with the daily energy. So those are available at the Soft Spot 414 to get a yearly planner where it tells you every 12 months where the moon, where the your numbers and everything, and you can really tap into the adjustments that's happening on a daily basis. So also for reflectors is to make sure that you're doing regular self check-ins. Okay, so perform regular self check-ins to understand how you are affected by your surroundings, because again, you're not only affected by the moon cycles, but you're really affected by the environment, because your energy is so adaptive and adjusted to the energy. You may want to check and see that you're in a healthy environment for yourself. Is this conducive to your goals? Is this conducive to you being productive? If when you sit in this one room, you're not able to get nothing done because your Uncle Joe is in there, or that's where he, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that you're consciously aware that it may just be the room that you've been trying to get work done in is what's hindering you from being as productive. Change it up. Go outside. Go to the cafe, possibly, to, see how the environment adjusts your energy. Okay. And is conducive to your well-being. So that is all for the reflectors. That's all of the 5 energy types. And again, I wanted to give a brief overview of each one of them so that you can see how important it is to know your type, your strategy, and your authority in creating a more productive schedule for yourself and managing your time more efficiently is key to all of this. So, again, you can book a free 15-minute consultation with me to kind of just go over this for you individually and your unique, because I know this is a lot of information just to kind of, if you're not aware of what is my type, what is my design, how do I know? How do I know? We can go over that in the 15 minutes. You can get a knowledge of self report, or you can get the whole shebang with the package so that we can go over whatever project that you're looking at, how to align your day-to-day rituals and routines with that and your unique design. All right. So have an amazing rest of your moon day. We about to enjoy ours as well over here. Peace. Oh,